So guys, starting off, I would be using a baby wipe to properly clean my face. You can use your face wipe, your micellar water, just use what works for you. Then I went on to use my moisturizer using an amount that is a bit bigger than a pea size, and I applied that all over my face. I love how well this blends properly to my skin. And then I went on to use my primer. This is the oil-free primer from Zikel, and as a combination skin girly, I always go for products that are oily free and products that are mattifying to help my skin. Up next, I'll be using my foundation, and I mix these two from Adventure and Madamglw to get my actual shade. I'm also using a beauty sponge, a damp beauty sponge, to apply this all over my face. But do not get me wrong, if you prefer using a brush to blend your makeup product into your face, then be my guest. But on this tutorial, I would be using a beauty sponge. Let me know if you want me to use just makeup brushes on a makeup routine, and I'll do that for you. Up next, I'll be going in with my blush and my concealer using the product from Zikel Pro Concealer. This is the Corrector, and I always use this for my blush. Then I went in to use this shade called the Coltan. I use this underneath my eyes and at the other corners of my eyes, also the bridge of my nose and on the side of my nose. Then I went in to use a lighter shade. This is in the shade Natural, and I use this in the inner corners of my eyes. I always prefer using shades that are 2 to 3 shades lighter than my actual shade in the inner corners, and then the shade that is about a shade lighter in the other side of my eyes. Then I went on to blend my blush and also use the the contour from Madamglw. This is just her darker shade of foundation, and I use that to serve as my contour. I use that underneath my cheekbone and also my jawline and on my forehead. So this is just going to help snatch the face properly. So I'm using this also on the bridge of my nose to just snatch it. Okay, we want to snatch our face properly. And you'll notice I'm also using a brush to blend all of these. You can also use a beauty blender for this, but like I said, anyone that suits your hand better, please just use it. Okay, so I always switch within my brush and my beauty blender. Some parts I use my brush, some parts I use my beauty blender, but I can also use my beauty blender for everything, and I can also use my I can also use my brush for everything. So now I'm going to blend those concealers out using my beauty blender, and this is what happens when you allow your concealer to dry a bit on your face before you blend. It gives your face a better coverage, and this is what you get. You automatically see that coverage it gives to your under eye. You automatically see your face popping when you allow your concealer to dry properly and then you blend. But then for the outer corners of my concealer, I went on to use this angle brush, so I would precisely get this part of the concealer because I'm trying to make the effect of a wing liner with this concealer. So using a brush would be perfect for this type of job. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here, and it actually came out so well. I love it. Then to set my face, I went on to use my powder palette, and I use the shade that is lighter than my actual shade, about 2 shades lighter than my actual shade, to set those part of my face that I applied the concealer on. This just helped the concealer to sit properly. Then I went on to use my loose powder to properly bake those areas of my face, and I'm using a powder puff for this. I'm sure that's what it's called, right? Then for my eyeshadow, I went on to use this dark red shade. This is really not, I don't know if I'll call this a maroon shade, but it's a bit darker than a maroon shade, I believe. Then I use that on the outer corner and on the crease area of my eyes. Then I went on to use this brown shade on the rest of my eyes. This is a really simple eyeshadow look, so we don't need to do too much. We just want something flawless and something really beautiful. Then I went on to touch a bit of that shimmery shade and I placed it on the area that I placed that brown shade, and this was it for the eyeshadow. It's really simple, really fast, and something you can do in just minutes. And I went on to do the same thing for the other part of my eyes, then using my brush to wipe off the excess powder that I had from the loose powder, and you can see how well the skin work is looking. Then I went in to use a bigger brush to apply powder on the rest part of my face, also trying to set the contour that I used. I went on to use a dark powder shade that is a shade that looks the same shade as that of the liquid contour. I used that to set the part of my face that I applied the liquid contour on, and you can see how well this helps the liquid contour. It just puts everything together and it helps your face. It actually does snatch the face. I also went back to my Girl Pro Concealer. This is the Corrector shade, and I used that as my blush. Literally used that as a liquid blush on my face. And I went on to highlight my face with the Revolution Sugar 2, and I just put that on the highest part of my cheekbone and also in the inner corners of my eyes, and some of that on the bridge of my nose. Then I went on to line my eyes with this dark eyeliner. I really just love how well and how visible and pigmented this eyeliner is, and it's also really affordable. And then I went on to line those part of the upper line that the lashes were not able to cover, and this was it. Then for my lips, I went on to use my Davies Lippy. This is the eye pencil from Davies and is in the color 18. I went on to overline and underline my lips. Did I underline this? Oh yeah, I went on to line my lips properly with this pencil, and I just really love how well this pencil does for the lips and for the eye, because this was the same pencil I used to draw my brows, so it's really good. Then I went on to add this honey shade from Classic Lippy, just a little bit of it. I used my fingers to blend a bit of it, and I went on to apply some lip gloss from Absolute, and I just really love how simple, natural, and pretty this lippy came out. This should be the first time I am trying a simple lip as this, but it came out so well, and I really love it. I apply enough of my lip gloss because I really love my lip looking all juicy. Then I went on to spray my face with the Kiss Beauty Makeup Fix. I love how well this makeup is. Everything was just beautiful. And yeah, I forgot, but I went on to use my mascara on my lower lashes, but it's better I do this step now, because when I do it before spraying my face, sometimes it gets to stain my face. This mascara is from Huda Beauty, but this is it, guys, and this is how this makeup came off. And again, I went on to add some bit of powder blush because I just felt the blush on my face wasn't enough, and you can see the difference it made. I love it. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to this channel. Let me know if you recreate this look. If you do, please tag me on social media at Purity Mike, wherever it is: TikTok, Instagram, Purity Mike, TikTok, Purity Mike with a double E, and I will do well to repost. And thank you for staying tuned. I really hope you love how well this came out, and I will see you in my next video. Do not forget to hit the subscription button down below and also leave a comment. I love you. Stay happy, stay blessed, stay safe. Bye guys.